Okay, so welcome to the latest development in the conflict that is going on between Israel and Gaza, between the terrorists or extremists of Hamas versus the Israeli forces, that is IDF. The recent update, and it's quite interesting, is that Hezbollah has said that if USA goes for getting involved, then every asset of USA in the Middle East will be targeted by the Hezbollah. So today we shall be discussing about Hezbollah, how it emerged and what is the overall structure, and within the Lebanese politics, that is the politics of Lebanon, how much a bigger force Hezbollah is, because Hezbollah itself is termed as a state within a state. That is, Hezbollah has its own detailed structure within the state of Lebanon. Apart from that, first USA flight with all the ammunitions has landed in Israel, and USS Gerald Ford, that is the biggest aircraft carrier of the US Navy, it is about to reach the Mediterranean Sea along the coast of Israel. So just look at this news, quite interesting, that Hezbollah threatens USA as Russia sees high risk or third party getting involved in the conflict. You see, the point is that Russia, many will say you that Russia is threatening USA of not getting involved. Point is not that. Point is that Russia does not want that USA should get involved. Reason being, if USA is getting involved, if Hezbollah is targeted, perhaps somewhat the position of Bashar al-Assad in Syria that might get weakened, because somehow USA might start some action along the Syrian coast as well in the guise of targeting Hezbollah and other Iranian proxies. It might expand to Iran, and perhaps somehow Russia will have to get entered, because Russia is a strong defense partner of Iran, Hezbollah, along with Syria. On the other hand, even the US does not want to get involved in this mess very seriously, because USA is already involved in Ukraine. So neither USA wants a two-front war, and Russia would never want itself to get stretched on a two-front. If you look at Nagorno-Karabakh also, Russia did not come to the help of Armenia, because Russia itself was involved in Ukraine. And it was India who provided those surface-to-air missiles, Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launchers, to Armenia. So that is why Russia is saying about that any third party getting involved, that is any extra regional party getting involved, can be very risky in this scenario. And Lebanon has said that Palestine is not Ukraine, which means neither Palestine is that weak, nor is that Palestine has got no friends. If USA comes to the help, then we shall be targeting USA assets. And just look at the USA assets in the region. Yes, these are the USA assets. All these red dots, they are related to Iran or somehow involved where Iran is involved, and all these blue, they are US settlements. Look at Turkey. Since Turkey is a NATO member, so naturally USA has got to be there. Then in Syria, since this conflict is going on, US supported army is there in Syria. We already know that, for protecting Assad regime and to fight against that protest and instability, Iran had deployed its soldiers. Then this is Iranian proxy, which is where it is talking about, yes, here it is talking about, it means this is Hamas. In Iraq, both sides, when you are talking about this area of Iraq, okay, in this area of Iraq, this is Shia region, and we already know that Iran is the leader of the Shia world, and in Iraq more than 50% of population is Shia. So by default in Iraq there will be a greater involvement and that is why you can see it were Iraq and Iran who had called for the meeting of OIC over this conflict. Okay, I hope you're getting this. Then in Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, everywhere you can see all the USAs, and in this Yemen, this is Houthis, supported by Iran. So it is not USA, but it is Iranian proxies, and Iran, in order to expand its influence, it has got its assets, its partner in the region. And let me tell you another interesting fact, that how geopolitics gets importance over religion. Hezbollah is a Shia militia. So Iran Shia, Hezbollah Shia, Bashar al-Assad Shia. You can say, okay, this is a Shia coalition. What about Hamas? Hamas is a Sunni group. And even Bahrain and UAE, they have criticized Hamas for what they have done. And both Bahrain and UAE, they are Sunni. So it is not, again, I have said it multiple times to the students in the class, that it is geopolitics and religion is just a facade in order to mobilize the population. Because Iran also aims for that leadership of the Muslim world. So that is why you will see that Iran will be very much proactive in this ongoing conflict. And it has been said, though USA has said that there is no proof of direct Iranian involvement, but it was Iran that has equipped, that has trained the Hamas insurgents. Okay? So now let us go and see Hezbollah. But before I talk to you about Hezbollah and what it is, I would like to take you to the history about the formation of Hezbollah, and for that we will have to look at Lebanon or the Lebanese politics. Okay? So just look at this map of Lebanon. This green one, this is the area controlled by Hezbollah. Hezbollah, Hezb and Allah. That is army of the God or army of the Allah. So this is this whole region, Shia dominated region, and this whole region, again Shia dominated region. These areas are controlled by Hezbollah. And when you are looking at this particular map, that is this area. So this is Lebanon and this is Israel. So naturally Israel faces threat and any missile, and recently you saw that missiles were fired by Hezbollah to Israel. And just a bit of history, you see what happened is that, just a sec. Yes. Before understanding Hezbollah, let us understand the Lebanon politics. Initially, after the Sykes-Picot Agreement, when this caliphate ended and this whole area was divided between UK and France, and Lebanon as well as Syria, both were under the influence of France. Then after the end of Second World War, Lebanon got independence. And here the situation is such that Christians as well as Muslims, both are almost equally poised. So the politics or the political setup is something that you can laugh about. It is about consociationalism. Consociationalism means in a political setup where the ethnic, linguistic or religious divides or religious groupings, they are recognized and they are given share in the political structure. And the type of consociationalism that is here in the Lebanon, it is called as confessionalism. Confessionalism means out of all those divides that I talked about, it is about religion. So confessionalism means active involvement of religion and politics. That is, in politics, the religion, religious groupings and religious divides, they will be clearly recognized, and accordingly things will happen. Now just look at the way different offices are divided. Okay, president has to be Maronite Christian, speaker has to be Shia Muslim, PM has to be Sunni Muslim, deputy speaker has to be Greek Orthodox, and deputy prime minister also has to be Greek Orthodox. So in such a manner the political offices are divided. Just imagine, had partition not taken place, what would have happened? Perhaps we would also have seen such a structure, because if you remember the demand of Muslim League, that not just there should be seat segregation on the basis of religion, but even within the cabinet there should be specific number of seats reserved for the Muslims. So perhaps had partition not taken place, we could have seen something like this, that okay, prime minister has to be this religion, home minister has to be this religion, finance minister has to be this religion, speaker that religion, president that religion, vice president another. And perhaps we would have been another Lebanon. Perhaps. Because we already know and we have seen what a dangerous cocktail religion and politics can be. Okay? उसके बाद अब देखो, सबसे पहले यहाँ पे पार्लियामेंट में members have been elected. Then they will choose a president by 2/3 majority. President will choose a prime minister, and president and prime minister, they will together form a cabinet, and again in that cabinet also confessionalism has to be there. यहाँ पे भी वही रिलीजन बेस्ड डिवाइड रहना चाहिए. टोटल वहां पे 18 रिकॉग्नाइज्ड रिलीजियस डेनोमिनेशंस हैं, उन सबका ड्यू रिकॉग्निशन होना चाहिए. सो जब आप इस तरह की चीज देख रहे हो, पॉलिटिकल इंस्टेबिलिटी इन द मिडिल ईस्ट और वेस्ट एशिया देख रहे हो, सो नेचुरली हो सकता है ऐसी चीजें हो. इसके बाद देखो क्या हुआ. थोड़ा सा मैं आपको हिस्ट्री में लेकर जाता हूं, ठीक है ना. एंड अगेन दिस इज ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू इजराइल्स हिस्ट्री. वी नो 1948 अरब इजराइल वॉर. इसके बाद फिर क्या हुआ था? इसके बाद जो भी यहाँ के मुस्लिम्स थे, पैलेस्टीनियन मुस्लिम्स, दे वेंट टू जॉर्डन एज वेल एज टू साउथ लेबनान. ठीक है. उसके बाद 1967 सिक्स डे वॉर, इसमें भी ईरान इजराइल वॉन. ठीक है ना. गोलान हाइट्स एज वेल एज सिनाई पेनिनसुला दोनों उसने ले लिया. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? 1973 अगेन यू सॉ योम किपुर वॉर. ठीक है. तो यहां पे जो 1967 में व्हाट यू आर सीइंग, आफ्टर दैट व्हाट हैपेंड, नाइनटीन 1967 के बाद ये जो लोग रह रहे थे, दे वर लिविंग इन जॉर्डन, राइट. जॉर्डन अलॉन्ग विथ साउथ लेबनान. तो जॉर्डन में क्या किया पीएलओ ने? जॉर्डन में दे ट्राइड टू फोमेंट अ कू वहां के किंग के अगेंस्ट. सो नेचुरली है इनको वहां से भगा दिया गया अराउंड 1970. दिस आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 1970-71. ठीक है. तो जब यहां से इनको भगाया गया, वेयर डिड दे गो? दे वेंट टू साउथ लेबनान. ठीक है. सो एज ए रिजल्ट व्हाट हैपेंड इन साउथ लेबनान, पॉपुलेशन ऑफ Palestinian इंक्रीज्ड, ठीक है, क्योंकि पहले से भी थे और जब यहां से भगाया जॉर्डन ने, ये वापस वहां पे चले गए। तो एक बार जब ये पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज हुआ तो नेचुरली ये कौन से मुस्लिम्स थे? वी ऑल नो दैट ऑल ऑफ देम आर शिया मुस्लिम्स। इसके बाद क्या हुआ कि यहां पे टेंशन्स स्टार्ट हो गए इन साउथ लेबनान। लेट मी शो यू द मैप। ठीक है, तो साउथ लेबनान, दिस रीजन दैट यू आर सो लुकिंग एट, यहां पे टेंशन स्टार्ट हो गए। ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या हुआ, इन 1976 जो लेबनान की आर्मी थी, इट गॉट डिवाइडेड ऑन व्हाट लाइन? एज यूजुअल क्रिश्चियंस एंड मुस्लिम्स। पहले देयर वाज ए प्रिकैरियस बैलेंस, उसके बाद जैसे ही यहां पे ये बढ़ गए पैलेस्टीनियन मुस्लिम्स, उसके बाद टेंशन यहां पे बढ़ा, जिसके कारण कि देयर वाज डिबेट व्हाट एक्शन शुड बी टेकन, वेदर देयर शुड बी एक्शन और नॉट। एज ए रिजल्ट इनके बीच में डिवीजन हो गया। एंड व्हाट हैपेंड, दे वेर कंटिन्यूअसली टारगेटिंग यहां से इजराइल को, बिकॉज नेचुरली वी कैन सी दैट दे आर शेयरिंग बॉर्डर विथ इजराइल। इजराइल ने क्या किया कि 1978 में इजराइल ने आकर के इस पूरे एरिया को कब्जा कर लिया। ठीक है, अब जब कब्जा कर लिया तो यहां पे जो आर्मी थी दैट वाज साउथ लेबनान आर्मी, ठीक है, SLA। सो दिस साउथ लेबनान आर्मी, ये प्राइमरली क्रिश्चियन थी एंड नेचुरली एंड दे वेर पैट्रोनाइज्ड एंड दे वेर सपोर्टेड बाय इजराइल। सो नेचुरली यहाँ पे जो हिजबुल्ला थे, यहाँ पे जो सुन्नी मुस्लिम्स थे, उनकी हालत हो गई खराब। एंड इट कंटिन्यूड फॉर 15 ईयर्स। ठीक है ना, रफली 1985 टू 2000। जब 2000 आया, उस समय इजराइल के जो PM थे, ही वाज इहूद बराक। ठीक है, इहूद बराक, BARAK। So what Ehud Barak said during his election campaign, he said during his election campaign कि I will bring all my forces from here back to Israel, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कैजुअलिटी ज्यादा हो रही थी। So if you remember in the previous class I said कि why Israel will not go for occupying Gaza, it will go for a blockade but it will not occupy Gaza. Because once it has started occupying Gaza, naturally casualties will be too much, just like South Lebanon. तो उसके बाद इन्होंने अपने आर्मी को वापस बुला लिया। नेचुरली जो साउथ लेबनान आर्मी थी, इट कोलैप्स्ड, इट क्रम्बल्ड। ठीक है, और द एरिया दैट यू आर लुकिंग एट, ये पूरे का पूरा एरिया, ये पूरे का पूरा एरिया अभी कंट्रोल्ड बाय हिजबुल्ला। यू कैन लुक ओवर हियर और यू कैन लुक ओवर हियर, यही है आपका साउथ लेबनान। ओके, Hezbollah is a political party. It has got its own administrative setup as well as its own militia. So that is why it is said that it is a state within a state or state within itself. And Hezbollah का एक क्लियर कट मैंडेट है, एक तो इट डज नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज इजराइल, तो इजराइल को खत्म करना है, एंड सेकंड कि मिडल ईस्ट से यूएस के इन्फ्लुएंस को खत्म करना है। सो यू कैन ऑल्सो लिंक विद दैट कि व्हाई इट हैज टारगेटेड। ठीक है, और जो हिजबुल्लाह का जो इमरजेंस भी हुआ ना, उसके इमरजेंस में भी इजराइल हैज गॉट अ मच बिगर रोल, क्योंकि इफ यू रिमेंबर 1979 में क्या हुआ था? Iranian revolution. So on the line of Iranian revolution, they also thought कि we can also bring such a revolution in the Lebanon and we can control over here. तो ये जो आप देख रहे हो ना नाम, Hezbollah, which is also called as Hezbollah. तो ये जो Hezbollah है ना, ये भी नाम किसी और का नहीं, ईरान के जो सुप्रीम लीडर हैं, दैट इज खोमेनी, अभी वाले नहीं जो सबसे पहले थे, उन्हीं का दिया हुआ है ये नाम। ठीक है, नाउ जस्ट लेट अस गेट बैक टू दिस मैप। अब यहां से तो इजराइल चला गया, लेकिन ये एक छोटा सा एरिया है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज शाबा फार्म। ठीक है ना? तो ये जो शाबा फार्म है एक्चुअली इट इज पार्ट ऑफ सीरिया। ठीक है, लेकिन ये क्या कहता है हिजबुल्लाह कि नहीं, दिस इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ लेबनान एंड वी हैव टू फ्री दिस एंड दैट इज वाई वी आर फाइटिंग एंड वी आर अगेंस्ट इजराइल, और हमें इजराइल से खाली करवाना है। ये एक एस्पेक्ट हो गया। अब आप थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चीजों को देखो। व्हेन यू आर लुकिंग एट दिस मैप, लेट मी गेट बैक टू दैट पर्टिकुलर मैप। हाँ, ठीक है। सो कल मैंने आपको बताया था कि कैसे इजराइल यहां पे अपनी कॉलोनी सेटअप कर रहा है। ठीक है, सो दैट जॉर्डन से बाकायदा उसे डिस्टेंस मिल जाए। इस साइड पे तो उसने ठीक है इसे रिंग फेंस कर ही रखा है। ये जो गोलान हाइट्स आप देख, ये जो सीरिया हुआ, सीरिया को इसने डिफरेंस करने के लिए क्या कर रखा है, गोलान हाइट्स को कब्जा कर रखा है। इजराइल से डिस्टेंस करने के लिए उसने क्या कर रखा है, इजराइल से डिस्टेंस करने के लिए उसने बाकायदा साउथ लेबनान को अपने कंट्रोल में ले रखा था। सो यू कैन सी दिस इज समवॉट सिमिलर टू दैट रिंग फेंस पॉलिसी जो कि ब्रिटिश हमारे यहाँ करते थे कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट को अपने उसके कंट्रोल में रहने दो, अफगानिस्तान को थोड़ी ऑटोनॉमी दे दो, तिब्बत को ऑटोनॉमी दे दो, जम्मू कश्मीर को ऑटोनॉमी दे दो, सो दैट जब भी रशिया का उधर से चार्ज आएगा, इट इज दीज नेशंस हु विल एक्ट एज बफर एंड जो ब्रिटिश का जो की एरिया है दैट विल नॉट बी इम्पैक्टेड। इजराइल इज ऑल्सो हैज ऑल्सो ट्राइड समथिंग द सेम। इसका जो कोर बॉर्डर रीजन है, इसका जो कोर एरिया है वेयर पहले इजरायली पीपल लिव, वेयर द यूएस सेटलमेंट्स आर देयर, उनको किसी तरह से डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट ना हो, दैट इज व्हाई इट हैड ट्राइड टू ऑक्यूपाई ऑल दोज एरियाज। सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट दैट इजराइल इज जस्ट ऑक्यूपायर, इट इज ऑल्सो इजराइल्स ओन स्ट्रेटजी टू प्रोटेक्ट इटसेल्फ। ठीक है, and another important update and I shall be discussing it in detail कि what is the Arab nations stance, what is India's stance और इंडिया का stance with respect to Palestine कैसे चेंज हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है, और उसके पीछे के क्या क्या फैक्टर्स हैं। ओके, आई होप you will learn a lot about Hezbollah, Lebanon, tension in Lebanon, Lebanon and Iran, and Lebanon and Israel, and how Israel has attempted to protect itself from this video. Thank you very much.